Hello, everybody. Welcome in to my Wednesday show. Sorry, I'm a few minutes late. I was gathering my stones and didn't see. Well, because I had my volume off, I couldn't hear. I couldn't hear my alarm. Anyway, so welcome in. Hello, Noni's Crafting, Gina Hancock, and Jenna. Sorry, and Picture Me Crafting. And I saw Sharon, retired crafters here, and Bobby. Thank you for coming in. I know we have a few people sneaking in at work, and so anyway, so I have these templates, and they're from. Okay, you can hear me now. Yeah, I don't know why. Oh, probably because I don't know why I lost connection with my camera. It's fully charged. Anyway, I learned of my valediction from Eve's Baby Booty when I took the very first Bling class that she has online. It's in her, it's all web based. It's not live insert. Now my alarm goes off. Anyway, so she has a lot of free files, and then she has a lot of sales, and I like to get them when they're on sale. And so these designs were 60% off, and so I got them, but I've had my eye on them for quite some time. So we've had quite a few more people come in, and let's see if I can back it up. I remember retired crafter, precious pieces, Miss Diva Rose. I'm using Restream on Wednesdays because I used the free version and I'm almost out of the 20 hours for StreamYard. And so, hey, Lily. So it's different. The tools are different. Retired crafter, Mary Brown, Marilyn. Thank you all both for being here. Yeah, okay, Sharon. Yeah, I see that, but the sound is back now. For some reason, so where you see happiness is yelling bingo. That's my sound. And so if you don't see that, then you know that it dropped, my phone dropped. So I cut these designs out last night, and so I still have one that I am. Oh, and this one, I like this one. It says call, oh, wait, I can't see it because I still got to pick out dots. And that's what it's Cricut is cutting them. It's just my mat is really, I mean, look, I have to clip the cover sheet on. It's not sticky, I have to tape it. And I will be reusing and reusing until I can't reuse them anymore. Sorry, you're the first ones I'm talking to today, so my voice is coming in and out. Anyway, this one says, come on, caller, make me holler. So, and then I discovered that these color rings that go inside the balls, there's this one goes with 2 of the designs. So I only cut this one out once. And it goes with this one, which is happiness is yelling bingo. So those 2 designs I'll put here, and then of course I'll put the inner rings here. And then the other one is shake them balls. And then this ring goes with those. So I'm going to do this all in crystal, and these will be in the colors. And I have red, green, yellow, orange, and blue, which is candy apple, wintergreen, citrine, hyacinth, and capri. And I will be making these on tote bags and be putting them in my shop, and I'll also be offering them for t-shirts. I should have, sorry, I should have, because I have all my stones down here. Right, let me turn that on. And slide to the right. There we go. So, oh no. Okay, are you guys reading this correctly, or is the camera reversed? I never know. And then my crystal, she doesn't sell this anymore. Oh yeah, this is my, I forgot it's my can. So this is the 500 gross, because I knew when I started my business I was going to be using a lot of crystal. All right, so let me get some room. I wanted to add purple in there. I still do not have indigo. Every time I think I have the coin to purchase it, something else pops up. So, all right. So I can get 2 completed. Let me find out. Okay, that's gonna fit. It's so quiet when there's just one. So this one is difficult to manage, and so I generally refill. Let me see. I just generally refill this up and make it, and then it makes it easier. Okay, so I'm just going to do this. So my daughter-in-law and I, we checked out the bingo hall in our area, and those things, we didn't go inside, we just checked online. but it's pretty awesome. So anyway, so we were looking forward to doing that and going first first when I checked it out, there was all this money stuff on there and I thought, "Oh, that's expensive, and I just can't afford that." I was like, I didn't think they charged that much. I knew there was entrance fee, but anyway, so then when I was showing her, she looked closer with her younger eyes. And she says, "Mom, that's not what we pay. That's what we could win." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. That sounds fun." And so anyway, so I'm just gonna make these, and of course I'll put um my Linktree QR code on there. Um, and because I heard that someone got a little scolding, a little talk to because people were asking about her shirt that she made. And they said, we have our own merch shop and you're stealing our business. So she says, "No, I'm not," because she wasn't taking orders. They were just taking down her website or her Etsy shop. And so I was like, "I'll just do my QR code." But even then, I'll be careful because, I mean, you never know who's like an employee of the place. But anyway, I will not be verbally promoting my business. We'll go in the back alley. Just- Hi, Tracy Stan. How are you doing today? Are you at work? I have to be careful with my scroller because um, so I can only see 3 messages on this. And so forgive me if I don't catch you, if I don't see you. Um, and if you ask a question, please ask again. Hi, Just Craft Therapy. Um, because I can't see. I mean, I can only see if I'm looking at it. So I looked up because I was looking and um in her template, she has the colors that I'm using. And so I looked up what are the authentic colors, and there's actually no orange in there. And red, black, it's red, black, or purple, yellow, and blue. And so it alternates between black and purple are the things. But I have violet volcano as my purple, but that's as you know, if you know, that's also a blue purple. Um, so I wanted a solid color. Um, oh, nice. Jess says that her and her husband do date night bingo every first Friday of the night. You mean of the month? Nice, Tracy. I declare a day off too. Tuesday is my day off. after night out crafting. And then it kind of leaves me dazed and confused because Sunday, which used to be my total day off, I only spent it with church and family. And now I um, moderate at 8 a.m. with Shay Shay, and then immediately go into church, which sometimes I'm still moderating until the preacher starts preaching, and then church gets out at 10:30, and you know who comes in at 10:30? Just as Stacy. So, and after that, I don't want to do nothing until Eve comes on at 8 p.m. It's like, got to get off the social media, do things like watch movies or something, plan out my projects, prep for night out crafting if we're doing something structured. And then, so that's Sunday is jam packed, and then Monday too, Laura and then Kelly, and then I finished getting ready for my show with Lena and I. And I don't think he likes being under the ring light. This is the first time this has done this. Now it's done it twice. Oh, there we go. I was gonna say, oh, it's crooked, but it is crooked. Yes, yes, the downtime is definitely necessary. And so many people say, oh, I can't do that, and it's like, because they always feel like they need to be doing something. And that's why I found that shirt. I found a design, and it says self-care. Self-care is not selfish. And so it's also not lazy. You're not being lazy when you take the time off, especially if you have an autoimmune illness, um, because nobody can see you're in pain and suffering, except for people always know because I'm more hunched because my back is hurting me really bad. And but anyway, but like diabetes, you don't see that somebody has diabetes unless they have one of those things on the back of their arms. Then it's like, oh, they're diabetic. But so it's important to take that time off, and I call it rest and reset. And fasting is another way to reset your health. Um, sometimes I do like 15 hours, and that's usually Tuesday. Tuesday, I don't eat anything until about 4 p.m. And then it just resets everything. And My son says, "Well, I can't do that." I go, "I know, we'll all be dead." He gets hangry. We'll all be dead at his excuse me, I can't say that word on we'll be unlived. Actually, we would not be in the same house with him. We'd escape. But anyway, yeah, there are some people that can't do it. And um I just when I was doing weight loss, and I was working with um a a, a weight trainer, and it was just diet and exercise, not really diet, it's just portion control and exercise. And so I used to be 310 pounds, and so I lost 100 pounds. When you lose it the right way and slowly, your skin actually shrinks with it. And so that was nice. And I got within a few pounds of my goal weight. And then my mama died. And then um, I experienced emotional eating, which I never had before. If I was emotionally upset, I didn't eat. I just couldn't eat. And so it's like I'd be grocery shopping and I look at what's in the cart and I go, what's that doing there? Because I was so trained not to do that stuff. And there was the toasted coconut donuts in my cart. And those were my mom's favorite. And I said right in the right in the grocery store, I said, "Mom, you can't be grocery shopping with me." And so I did go ahead and purchase some. My thing was at least they were the small ones and not the big box. And I had the perfect little I used to sell Tupperware back in the 70s, and I still have had some of the little giveaway things that they give away. And it was the perfect little container, and it fit one of those mini donuts in there. And yeah, I got ribbed at work about that. And it's like, how can you eat just one? I go, because I have to report to my personal trainer, and she takes pictures of me with not naked, but down to nothing, and to make sure I wasn't like, you know, using any kind of um, something to suck it in. Yes, yes, and my last doctor appointment, I was 240, and now I'm 211. So when you change your clothing size, that's awesome too. But I'm having better luck with my varicose veins. They're not, my legs aren't swelling. So the goal weight is 188 or 880, what my heart doctor wants. So so that that is keeping me off blood pressure medication. So anyway, yeah, good, good for you, Jess. Good for anybody that's actually being successful, because right now with it being cold, and it's 69 degrees right now, which is it's noon. So that we're in our excuse me, we're in our cold spell again. We were 86 yesterday, and then of course it's going to plummet today. And this is not normal because we usually don't have this much cold days. And I saw one upside down. Hey, Danny. Yeah, it was it was a great a great accomplishment. I ended up being chosen to be the spokesperson for Let's Get Healthy America, and they made it was in a magazine came out and took my story, and some they came out and made movies, and we had not movies, videos and stuff, and I still have them. And so anyway, um, I traveled. I was on. Um, I was on. They flew me into Hollywood, which is a dirty city, but anyway, and we did a live radio show. I did another another show um, where I was part of the audience, but you have a speaking part, and it was like I couldn't do their script. They wanted, talking points and stuff like that, and I couldn't do that. Don't make me do that when it's my story. Let me tell my story with my words and my experience, and then that's what you're going to get. And so the I don't know who, if it was the producer, whoever it was, they said, let's just let her tell her story. Don't change my words. Let me tell my story. So anyway, so that was fun. Of course, my coworkers didn't like that, because the company was flying me around and everything, and I wasn't getting paid for it, you know. So no need for them to be jealous. Oh, I'm like, why am I seeing that? I wonder if it's somebody trying to call me or something like that, and then it drops connection. Tap in the chat again. Okay. But it was fun. I also got to be part of a flash mob when we were in Hollywood. There's that Chinese theater, and so we did that, and that was super fun. And uh, we had we had I think it was the dance coordinator for Beyonce, and the Let's Get Healthy America was Michelle Obama's campaign. So we had some big hitters there, but that was so fun. And unfortunately they did not pay attention to the Chinese theaters ticket times, and he kept he kept coming out, because we were in that, area in front of the ticket booth, and he kept coming out and unplugging our jukebox, so they kept standing next to it, and he'd unplug it, and then they'd plug it back in, and we did. And when you do something like that, um when you plan a flash mob, you get the police involved, and so we had some plainclothesmen there and stuff, just in case anything, was going to go down. And there was also, well, let's just say it was Hollywood. There's always something going on in California, and protesting and stuff like that. But it was fun. We had a lot of people that started engaging, learning the line dance, and it was just a lot of fun. So yeah, I've had a good life. I plan on having a really great life. Almost 70. And so many of you have heard, this year I'm focusing on joy, having joy. Last 3 years was cancer journey, and now I'm just like, I'm tired of that ruling my life. I said ruling, need to have fun. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the phone. Let me see if it's hot. No, it's not hot. So Sunday is the Super Bowl. Anybody doing a crafting Zoom instead of Super Bowl? I remember my friend said the best day to go to when you're looking for a guy, like when you're scouting out a husband, best time to go, or best place to go, is um, to the hardware store on Super Bowl Sunday. If they're there, that means that you're not going to be a football widow. I thought that was so funny because I wasn't a football widow. We'd watch the games together. So, but my family here um, doesn't watch football, and I only I only watch the final score this season. It's like my team is not my team anymore. I mean, I don't even know who they are. There's not one single person I know on there, and even the uh, coach is gone. So guess I'm a free agent. Hey up designs. You're on lunch right now, listening while eating. Okay. Um, that must mean that you are not working from home today. Oops. I was gonna say, okay, got one done, but nope. I still have a few more over here. These are gonna be fun. So I got the onesies. Uh, I didn't that one design, the heart design that I was trying to do, I was not successful in doing that. And so I'm working on getting all the stitching out of those three um, onesies so that I can try again. But I went ahead and I put the tender touch on the successful uh, design, which was flowers and butterflies, and I've got that in the bag um, to take over to my family's house so she can get that her box shipped out to her. And then I have it on my shirt. I mean, I still have it on my chair. So then I take my bling items over there because they've got really good lighting. Um, they got the can lights. And so they take really good pictures of bling. So I'll have these three tote bags, and then I'll have this other shirt, the love shirt, and so I keep a bamboo spoon in this big bucket so that I don't have to having this big container. So that's not going to do any damage to the stones. And then it has two bands. Yes, I got my embroidery machine going, and not this past Monday, but the Monday before. Um, uh, a lot of help um, from the community. Um, Sean Gosabi helped with the telling me to put the thread, because even though it's new thread and it's still in the wraps, um, she said, okay. So if you're just coming in, my phone has been and dropping the connection. I don't know why. But anyway, um, so so Sean Gosavi had told me to put the thread in the freezer for 5 minutes. And so I put it in the freezer for 5 minutes, and it stitched out beautifully. And Tracy Murray helped out a lot. I mean, she just stuck with me and helped me so much. And of course, Lena is big help, and she's the one that got me motivated enough to do it, because she learned my machine. She got in there and she learned my machine to help guide me through it. And because when I was watching the Facebook group specifically for my machine, there were so many. It's like all the posts were just complaining about thread breaks and um, bird nesting, and I'm like, ah. So anyway, so we got through it and got that done, and so then I went ahead and I tried that design that I was trying, and I tried it with that pink thread that I wanted to use, and it did the same thing. So I'm like, okay, it's not going to discourage me. It's just, I have to remember, I'm just learning. I'm learning how to embroider and I'm learning how to use a new machine. So, anyway, I can't get frustrated and quit. But I did need to take a break and move on because what's this year for me? Joy. And it wasn't bringing me joy being frustrated with thread breaks and it's that pink thread. And but then I stitched out something else with the pink thread and it was fine. So I don't know what it is, but I put it aside for now. It's still here, but I had to move on to other things. That's the reason why we're blinging. Plus I have to use my phone. I have to use my phone to operate the app for there, and I use my phone for sound here, and so. But with StreamYard, I get away with not using my phone for sound. Yeah, and Up Designs Monday we had Lisa joined us. Lisa from MBA. She had to have her because Monday Night Owl Crafting is like work with me kind of things. Once in a while we'll do a structured project, and so she had to get her material prepped, and she has beautiful material. And then she made a basket. The Marilyn's been doing the little baskets, and you're gonna want to watch. Lena made a applique. She did applique shoe on a zipper pouch. And she did a really good job. So that's something I want to learn is applique. I wouldn't be able to do her particular project because mine is only a 4x4 hoop. It will never have a bigger hoop. All right, so shake those bowls. And then these are the inner rings that go in here. Oh, so let me see. Okay, so it goes this way. So I'm doing candy apple. Awesome. Okay. February 9, Up Design's birthday. The shirt that I'm wearing, they're all neons. Yeah, it's only 2 colors. So it's the purple and it's the blue. Let me get the Um, so it's the neon blue. And the neon purple. Yeah, and you know, they do, because they're the neons, they do glow in the dark. Um, not in the dark, excuse me, with the UV light. Or black light. I just know when you buy the neon stones from Eve, she gives you the little light. I do a lot of my retro like piece designs in the neons, and I like the way they look. I like the neons. And I have the neons. I have all the neons in both SS10 and SS6. I'm going to do these not to during this live, but I'm going to do these in the neons too. Oh, and they do black light. Oh, I wonder if it would do that. Anyway, we'll see. I know they do. They get real fancy at the bingo place. All right, so was I doing green, red, green? No, that'll look like Christmas. Let me do red, yellow. So these bingo designs I got from My File Addiction. She has an Etsy shop and she has a website, and she often has sales. She just had the end of January, she had 60. Okay, I checked my phone, and yeah, these are phone calls coming in. I still have a oh, I still have a California area code, so I get I get all of the spam calls when they're doing anything political over there, whenever they're doing something. And they're doing something. I know a lot of my friends are all irate. And like, yeah, I was so glad I got out of there when I got out of there because it was bad enough when I was there. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, I just knocked him out. I know a lot of people don't like citrine, but it pops. I like it. All right. Then am I doing orange? Whoops. I'll do orange and then green and blue. Oh, need to get chat back. So if you haven't heard the announcement yesterday, Katrina and Patrice are teamed up. They're doing a collab together for a cruise, and the cruise is August 3 through 7. So just to warn y'all, that is Leo season. So there's going to be a lot of Leos on there, and so it's going to be fire. My kids were taking me on a cruise in August for my 70th birthday celebration. So I don't know. I know personally, because you have to have the deposit by the 27th of this month. I won't have that. And I don't even know how much the rooms are, but or how much the ship is. But so I don't think I'm going to be able to afford to go, even though it would be a heck of a lot of fun. So if you missed it, watch. It's a short video, It was a short live, and then Patrice came on and did her regular Tuesday night show. But watch the one with the Katrina and Patrice if you want to know more about the cruise. Katrina is a travel agent now, and she so she is organizing it. And Patrice will be making a shirt. Hey, Brandy. Yeah. Are you going, Marilyn? Okay, Up Designs, thank you. Thank you for coming in during lunch. I think getting back to the embroidery journey, one of the things I've always wanted to do was make mug rugs. And so I started making mug rugs because I know you can do it sewing machine. You don't need to do it with the embroidery machine. And so it's like I was collecting designs. Of course, it's all on my other laptop that crashed, and I can't get anything off of it. And but I mean, because I did purchase the designs, so they are still in the like design bundles. Yeah, the same. And I'm sorry, Maryland. Yeah, it's the same. Uh, Katrina says sell a lot of shirts, and it's like, yeah, I would love to do that. But my audience can make their own, so I need to I need to get busy and promote out of the community and or you know yeah, because there's Applique Getaway, I think that's June or July, then that's August, and then Bling Fest is October. It's gonna be an expensive end of the year if everybody goes to the same. I mean, if everybody goes to all three of them. I'm working on. I just did my first test on my poolin yesterday. Good. Congratulations, Brandy. So in my mind, and so with the 4x4, it's limited. Like when I um downloaded the design for the 4x4, it's just the square, whereas the bigger ones is a rectangle. And it's like, well, the square is going to just fit my coffee cup, and I want bigger than that. And so then I figured, because I keep hearing floating it, and so it's like, oh, I can float it on a bigger piece of fabric. So anyway, so I know I can do that. And um so I think Lisa and I are going to do some mug rugs the next time she comes on with the night out crafting. So what I want to do, because my granddog Kevin, his 11th birthday is February 20th. So I want to embroider, and I have to find it. I have it in bling for an adult shirt, but I want to find a little embroidery one. He's a big dog, but anyway, it says, I want spoil me, it's my birthday, and then embroider it on a piece of fabric that will then be a bandana. He hates, because he's a big dog, and he's got the big neck. He's part chow, and so he does not like anything on, no bandanas, no. He'll tolerate, like for the Christmas photo, he'll tolerate, but then he's like, get it off me. I smiled for the pictures, now get it off me. But I just wanted to do something special for him, you know, because I think I can. I want to do it. Okay, then it's done. So I use candy apple for the red, citrine for the yellow, um, hyacinth for the orange, um, wintergreen for the green, and then I used capri for the blue. It's a little toggle switch that um to turn to get me up on the stage. Okay. I had a piece. Oh, darn it. All right, let me see if I have. Let me get the chat back. Brandy, I would have to have a lot of sales to be able to go that because I want to go to Bling Fest in October. Let me see if this will fit. This is but applique getaway would be fun. Do you know when it is, Bobby? I mean, Brandy? I have things I can sell and just bank that money. Let me try this. Like I have a bunch of Cricut the white mugs. I have a case of those white mugs and that I hadn't opened. And then I have a case that is open that I'd keep. And so I want to sell the unopened case. And then I have some easy press, that I won't be using. And it's in July. Okay. So I have that I have all the sizes of the easy presses. I want to keep the smaller ones because the ones that are perfect for baby onesies, they don't even make that one anymore. And Cricut doesn't anyway. But I want to keep that one. And then um, the mini press. So I have the other two sizes that I'll keep. And two that I'll sell. So, but anything I sell will go into the travel fund. Okay. All right, so I have that done. And then get this one. Happiness gelling. I have 2 more babies being born this year that I know of. My other granddaughter is trying to get pregnant. It took them a while to get pregnant the first time because she had hip surgery and um so but their baby's 8 months old, and then uh her twin her twin is expecting in March, and then the baby sister is due in August around my birthday. Yeah, Brandy, last year there was more than there was the year before. So it is growing, and it just depends on people's budgets, what they can afford. I know our crafting on a dime sister is is put herself on restriction until applicate getaway, a spending restriction. But yeah, there's the travel. I know I'm in Texas, but I'm in very South Texas. I'm right on the border of Texas and Mexico. So that's a long, long way up. And if I continue to do good, maybe my doctor will let me, but I'm prone to blood clots. And so he um, restricted me from doing, now I forgot what it's called. Traveling by car that far. Road trip. And but I used to do road trips all the time. I love road trips. Yeah, um I went to my friend's house in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and it was supposed to be an 11-hour drive, and I was driving. It was 14 hours, and I still wasn't out of Texas yet. I had to pull over and sleep in a parking lot, and and then I arrived like 2 a.m. I had to pull over and just get a little nap and then get back on the road. I love driving at night. I can't I have to just surrender to the fact that I'm a senior citizen now, and I don't have night vision, and I need to be like a responsible senior citizen. Responsible senior citizens pull over and stay in a hotel around dinner time. They're not out there on the road. And and now, now it's not really safe. Um, I mean, I felt safe before, but now there's just way too many things happening. So I I would Thank you. I didn't see it. What is going on February 4th that all these solicitors have to call me today? Oh, yeah, up designs. That's important. Yeah, I did fly in. It was, yeah, I keep losing, Brandy, I keep losing the connection on my phone for some reason today. And I did notice that there are a lot of calls and they're not anybody I know. Anyway, yeah, so I did fly in October, it was August. I flew to California and boy, that was a trip. But anyway, it was for the oldest granddaughter, her baby shower. And so that was that was fun. It was eventful. We have to get there early because I use a wheelchair and we had to get there early and all of a sudden everything was getting shut down and uh, a very large police presence. And then we were escorted out of the airport and we had a talker. You can't hear me? Evelyn? Okay. Anyway, so the guy that was pushing me around in the wheelchair, he so he was telling us what it is. And so they had found a TSA had found a suspicious item hidden inside a gaming toy. Um, so um, so we got to go out. The poor people that were dropping people off, they couldn't leave because it was blocked. The roads were blocked. You couldn't leave, you couldn't come in. And so anyway, we were calling uh, my daughter-in-law's sister, and because she had just dropped us off and she was able to get out before the shutdown happened, so she was able to get out. And so we had her like getting on the news, and of course nothing was on the news yet. And you think they would have so that people wouldn't, because once they get there, they can't come into the airport. So then it backs up onto the freeway. If you're talking about the sale for these bingo designs, that's with my file addiction. It ended January 28th, though. It was 60% off, but she has them. She has them regularly. I look at what holiday is coming up, and then she sends me email. I'm on her email list, and I buy from her website instead of her Etsy, because Etsy, she doesn't get her full money because Etsy keeps fees. But she's got a lot. She's got a lot of things on her shop. Anyway, so we didn't miss our flight. Well, they did move it back. They moved it back a half hour, and but we got that guy came and got me and just put me straight up on the flight. I mean, on the plane. But that was August last year, and then the baby was born the end of September. I'm not a flyer. We flew to Vegas 20 years ago to see Celine, and that was a disaster. On fun, no fun on Fun Jet. Um, Funny thing is that when I was in high school, and I used to model, and so we were going to Hawaii to do a show, um, uh, and I never flew before, and my uncle has a plane. He had helicopter too, so he took me up for my first in air, and it was on a helicopter, and it had the glass. It was the big bubble thing, so you see everything. And I was like, we flew over a golf course and could see things moving around. I thought they were the balls, but they were the people walking around. And so then he would do um uh all kinds of tilts and things, and it was like, he's making me sick. Well, he prepared me for turbulence is what it was doing. So yeah, our flight to Hawaii, and I lived in Chicago at the time, so our flight from there, um and Hawaii doesn't change time. Their time zone, I mean, like, we're going to experience um spring forward in March. I'm excited for it. And so but Hawaii doesn't change time. So we had just had dinner when we left Chicago, and then we get to Hawaii and it's dinner time again. That was a new experience for me as well. So I traveled a lot with my family, with my grandparents. They took one from my family and one from my uncles, my cousins. And so since they had all girls over there, and I was the only girl in mine, and so I got to go on the fun trips, been all over the United States with my grandparents, and my brothers got to go on fishing trips. But they got to go to Canada. I didn't get to go to Canada, but I went to everywhere except Alaska. Alaska is the only place that I haven't been in the United States. But yeah, road trip snacks. Grandma always had the best. And of course, that was the station wagon with the seat in the back. We'd like wave at the people behind us. Alrighty. Yeah, my file addiction, she does um good good designs. Sometimes you can get, well, Creative Fabrica, they're not always, I mean, they look nice, but then they're not good with Cricut. Yeah, Brandy, I never have and I never wanted to, but then when my son and daughter-in-law who lived in the same city as me, um, they were preparing for preparing meaning they were work travel agent for their cruise that they take in August. And so they had said that the family was going to do a uh, a cruise for me for my 70th birthday. So then I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll be excited then. And I'll do that." And she goes, "Why would you do that and not do it?" I says, "Because then I'd be with all my family." She goes, "We're not going down." Oh, I guess my fear comes from because I've said it before, it's like we were a sailboat racing family, and the year that so for the sailboats, it's a flat kind. It just has a foot hull, and the rudder goes in there, and then uh, and so because it's a race, all the boats were the same weight, and then because it was the same boat, and butter it was called a butterfly. It's a little fiberglass boat. Anyway, the so you have to have the same amount of weight. So what you don't have in human weight, you have to make up with lead weight. So you had bags of lead that you put in the boat. So of course, they always so the parent. Okay. Anyway, so I was a lucky kid that year. And my uncle had qualified because you have to qualify. And so he qualified to get into two races at the same time. So then he just had my dad um, do the other race, and he paid all the fees and stuff like that. And uh, anyway, they were. It should be back. Is it back now, Brandy? Is the sound back? Okay. So that particular year that I was the unlucky one to make the weight, um, they in the yacht club they were debating because the waves were really high. It was on Lake Michigan, and I always think it was where the Playboy Club in Wisconsin is, Lake Gurney. I think it was Lake Kearney. Wait, anyway, it doesn't matter. But it's Lake Michigan was the lake. Waves were really high, and so they were debating um, of canceling the race, and of course they put it um, they put it to the sailors, and they're there, and oops, they're there. They've already paid their fees, although it would be refunded, but a lot of them travel to it. And so anyway, so they all voted to keep the race. We were in third, and my dad my dad said, "Oh, look, and because behind us a boat went down and then another one went down. Well, because he was paying attention to that and not the wind, um, we were the third one to go down. And of course, that was the talk in the club. But did you see those three boats? Boom, boom, boom. And but anyway, the um total capsize, and where the sail is down, we lost everything in the boat. Cruiser came in, scooped me up, and the men jumped in to help my dad get the boat upright again. And um, they had the cruiser had a cabin underneath, so I went down in the cabin, and they had a son that was my size, and so they got me changed into some shorts and a t-shirt. Anyway, then then they said, "Your dad's ready." I go, "Ready for what?" I was afraid. I didn't I'm gonna cry now. I did not want to get back in that boat, in that water. That's where my fear for the cruise comes in. And everyone convinces me, or not convinces me, obviously, or I'd be on a cruise, but they tell me the cruise isn't gonna it's it's not gonna tip over. There's no icebergs, Anyway, but so yeah, I they say it doesn't even feel like you're on the water, like seasick or anything like that. And my husband used to go deep sea fishing in San Francisco when we lived in California. And he was the only one that wouldn't get seasick. He'd take the boys. He would take the two older boys, and they spent they spent the trip down in the cabin because um oh, you have a free cruise and you haven't used it? That'll be your birthday cruise? I don't know. I'm really looking forward to 70. So anyway, so my daughter-in-law, when she came back from their cruise that they had, she goes, "Oh, I don't think you'd like it." And I go, "Wait, what? Get me all excited?" Oh, deep sea fishing. Oh, all right, Brandy. um, the So she gets back and she says, "Oh, I don't think you'd really like it." And I go, "You give me all excited and now you're backpedaling? You can't do that." And so she says, "Well, because with your food allergies and this and that." And I go, "I'm sure that they would have something that wouldn't have onions in it." And so anyway, she goes, "Well, maybe just a 3-day cruise." And I know they're planning because they cruise every other year. Um, and I know their next cruise is Alaska. They're looking forward to going to Alaska. my son and his wife, daughter in love. Oh, you're still working on the house, but you got it finished enough to move in. That's awesome. Is it still cold there, Evelyn? I know you went through um cold spell. For us here, we would drive over to what is it called? Gatlinburg? That's where we would take off. Hi, Terry Hunt. So that would be better than flying to Florida to catch a cruise. The other place, I think like when they go to oh, you're up to 71 now? That's good. We were 86 yesterday, and then today looks like we're 70 now. But by the weekend, we're supposed to get down into the 40s again. Okay, this looks good. Doesn't look like I have anything extra. Maybe. Nope, that's okay. Okay, that all right, come on. This one says happiness is yelling bingo. And then this other one says shake them balls, the bingo balls. And the other one I have that I still have flock dots in there, so I won't be blinging that during the live, but I'll do it later. It says, come on, caller, make me holler. So I'm doing bingo bags. I'm doing tote bags for the bingo. I mean, for fun bingo night. Actually, for my shop. For somebody else's fun bingo night. And I'll be putting the design on shirts as well, but I just wanted to get, like, let me do, because I don't have shirts available right now. So it's like, let me just do tote bags, because that'd be fun. Put all the bingo stuff in there, the daubers and stuff. Oh, what is this strange thing? Okay, so let me get this. Yeah, I've been wanting these designs for a long time, and I kept putting them in the cart, and then the sale would be over. But this time it was 60% off. It was in January. It was 60% off, so I'm getting all three of them, all three bingo designs. I don't have to wait until I'm able to go. I can just put them in my shop, because I've got people that actually go to bingo on a regular. And I saw this, I saw a video of a bingo blitz or something. I don't know, but man, they were up there dancing, doing line dances in the aisles, and it's like, whoa, what am I missing? Could totally do that. So I think we always think we can do something until we get up and try and walk and find out we can't even put one foot in front of the other. All right. So so the inner rings for this design whoops. Are the same. So the ones that go with this one are the same ones that go with this design that I still have to get the rest of these out of. They come out, and it's just they get down into my thumbnail. Anyhow, so these rings fit this design as well as this one that I just got finished brushing in. So I only cut one out, saved myself some flock, and I just cut one out, and I'll write on here that which ones the design is for, because like this, and it'll probably go here because this design will go on the back of here. So all the bingo will be together. So just my thing. So we're just going to do the same colors. I'm just going to keep it simple for this website. And so these fit inside the inside here. Yeah, and I have, 500 gross, oops, I just dropped some of the crystal. It's like, I'm just going to keep it simple, do the design all in crystal, and then the inner ring, this will be the color. And putting it on a black tote bag. Okay, so I need the red. So I'm using candy apple, citrine, hyacinth, wintergreen, and capri. And it's a little black tote bag. Oops. All right, can't move these around. So Brandy, how's your pooling? You said you just had your first test cut, or? Is that a single needle or is it multi-needle? Is Brandy behind in the chat? All right, then yellow. It was intimidating, and I will admit, I've started watching more of Marilyn's YouTubes. Bobby and I did a test run and did good, except out of the 15 needles, I had 4 thread breaks. Ugh, thread breaks. And then when you have a multi-needle, do you have to like figure out which one broke, or is it really obvious which one broke? Bobby's awesome. I'm glad she's helping you. So for some reason, there's a lot of calls coming in, and when the call comes in, it drops my connection to my phone. These little inner circles are easy to do. Oh, Bobby, your husband. Okay. Oh, it's a big jump from doing wood products projects to doing embroidery projects. He caught the bug, huh? Brandy, he went to Applique Getaway with you, correct? Hi, Tamika. You should be able to hear me now. Um, my phone keeps dropping. Um, for some reason, there's a lot of solicitor calls coming in from California, and when that happens, the call drops, and my volume is my phone. Um, yeah, massive jump. At least at least mine is from sewing machine to embroidery machine. It's still different though, but it's still thread and material and needle. I haven't broken a needle, but the my understanding is that doing embroidery on the felt is very hard on the needles. So, and that's what I moved everything in the other room. And that's what I did all my testing on, is that I was just like whipping those things out. And I said, okay, I'm ready. Give me a onesie. Let me make a onesie for my great grandbaby in California. And the first one was fine. The first design worked perfect. Test cutting was all perfect. But for some reason, it just did not want to work on a onesie. So let me see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 tries. I had to put that aside. And I had 2 successful ones, but it was on scrap. It was on, I did a newborn onesie because I have a lot of newborn onesies, but no newborns. Um, the So I used that as a scrap and it worked perfect. And I'm like, darn it. It looks good. But what I'm thinking about doing, because it's so tiny, the newborn onesie, I'm thinking about like stitching around the neck closed and the arms closed and then stuffing it and then sewing it closed at the bottom, make a pillow out of it. And so that would be cute. Because hi, Marlies. How are you doing? My granddaughter in LA area, she's bundled up, and then the next she's in shorts and tank tops. So it's like, I know you guys must be having the crazy weather like everybody else. All right, Spilling. Yeah, I did see your comment. Brandy, what's the largest hoop you can get for your machine? Marlies, that's what I liked about I lived in Sacramento. That's what I liked was when the Delta breeze came in, I opened up all my windows all around the house, and even though I might be wrapped up in a blanket because it'd be so cold, I let all that cold air come in. Then I closed up the windows and the curtains, and then that way I didn't have to run my air conditioner during the day. But yeah, there's no Delta breeze out here. But anyway, 14 by 7. Yeah, I'm missing out on what y'all are doing now with the embroidery and the bling. Of course, it wouldn't be on a sweatshirt, it'd be on a t-shirt, but I can't I can't do that kind of a thing with my 4 by 4. So I'll be learning patches next. I want to do patches, and then I'll move up to doing applique. I can do some applique. I saw a video of a gal, and she was just learning the embroidery. You can see she was an influencer, and so she had appliqued each letter. She had appliqued each letter individually, and it was really deco artsy, and that's what her channel is. It's always going to be something, isn't it? This is actually the first time this has done this, and it's been, maybe it's Restream. I don't know, because it's not happening to the computer, it's only happening to the phone. But thank you, everybody, for being patient and engaging in the chat. These are real easy. The designs are all like, this is all one, and then you add the circles, and the circles will go inside, the colors will go inside. So I still have this one on the back of a chopping mat because I need to finish getting this one done so I can put it on the chopping mat. Okay. So this is only going to take 2 presses each. And these tote bags I got at Michael's, they come in a 3-pack. I should have ironed them first. Going to put a pressing pillow in there. Glitter. Glitter gets everywhere. Oh, all right. Let's get this one. So as I was saying, I'm glad I used Capri with instead of the sapphire blue because the Capri is a brighter blue. Yeah, I didn't know what the bothering. I didn't what in Marlies, I didn't know what the bothering meant. But yeah. So this is the happiness is yelling bingo. And so then the other one is shake those balls. Yes, I'm using SS10. Oh, you have to do it every year. Thank you. Uh, flock dots. I'm putting out 3 designs. I got a lot of flock dots for sure. Okay, I lost a stone. Maybe it wasn't a flock. Yeah, no, it was a flock dot. Hey, Sharon. The heat from the heat press is making my tooth hurt. Still trying to find a dentist. Lock nuts. For you Star Trek fans, what was it called? Trouble with Tribbles? This is a I remember I worked at Hancock Fabrics when there was a in Colorado, and it's always fun when people are coming in to make a costume for the events, and that's how I learned about the trouble with tri- trouble with triples. And they're just the little fluffy balls, aliens. Of course, that was back in the day of VCRs, and so we recorded every episode so we could keep those. Okay. That's the second one. So, oh, look at that. So, shake those bowls, and then happiness is yelling bingo. And then the other design I'll be making after I get all these dots out of here is come on, caller, make me holler. And like I said, so this inner ring, um, it's the same for that one and this one. So you really only, if you buy all three designs, then you only have to cut the inner ring for this once, and then this one once. But anyway, so I love it, and so I'll be putting these in the shop, and I'll be offering them on the as a on a tote bag as well as on a shirt. I don't know which one I want on a shirt. Probably maybe this one, because you could just wear this out all over. And then I don't know, you would want to wear, I'd have to have two girlfriends come with, and each one of us wear a different design. But that's it that I have for now. And Am I still here? Okay. I could tell it froze for a minute, for a second or whatever. But anyway, so I'm learning how they have their, let me see, where's their, I want this one. Hey, Stacy, welcome in. So I made 2 shirts. There's 3 designs, but there's this one, Happiness is Yelling Bingo. And then shake them ball, excuse me, shake those balls. And then I have a 3rd design that says, come on, caller, make me holler, bingo. So I still have to finish getting the flock dots out of that design, then I'll be making it. And so yeah, I love it. It's gonna be cute. Now on to collect all the daubers or whatever it is that you need. So okay, thank you everybody for being here and hanging in with the phone dropping, my sound, and thank you for all those that are coming back in to watch the replay. And please remember to hit the like button. You can do that even when you're watching the replay. It's free, but it means a whole lot for us content creators. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of the week. We'll see you tomorrow night on, so Laura and I are going to be doing the Patch Hat Crew, 5 p.m. Central, and then Marilyn comes on 6:30 p.m. Central. And so yeah, peace and love. Be stay warm and dry if you've got the snow. I don't know where the end stream is. Restream is all different. But anyway, I love y'all and I really appreciate you coming in and hanging on through all the mishaps that happen with streaming. Bye.